What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's daily devotional. Man, we're going to the book of Exodus. We're in Exodus chapter chapter 3, verse 11 and 12. Verse 11 and 12. Chapter 3, verse 11 and 12. If you haven't read it yet, stop the tape, check it out. See what I say, come back. We'll answer these 4 questions. And if you've already read it, let's jump into it, man. This is exciting. This is wonderful. This is good. What we're reading about, because we're seeing God's character and nature, and he's having this awesome conversation with Moses that is pretty cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, speaking to God, he's talking with God in this bush and that's on fire, and they're having conversation, and God is displaying who he is to this man. I mean, that's powerful. That's wonderful. But after commissioning him, that's what we're on. I'm sorry. I got to say, if you haven't read it yet, stop the tape, check it out, see what it has to say, come back, we're going to answer these questions. And the first question that we ask is, what's going on in the scripture? So what's happening? So Moses has this conversation, like I said, has been going on between God and Moses. And then God has told Moses, man, I'm going to save these people because I've heard their oppression, their suffering, man, and I'm not going to sit back. I'm going to fulfill the promise that I promised to them, man. I can't see my people like this no more. I'm going to bring them out and save them, and I'm going to do it through you. You know what I'm saying? Like, God's like, I'm going to use you. And then Moses is probably like, whoa, what's going on? Because he says this. He says, who am I? Who am I that I would be the one to rescue them out, man? And we talked, I think, in the last episode about how Moses was not the greatest of people. His heart had good intentions, but his actions did not live up to those intentions, man. So he's like, who am I to be able to do this? I'm a foreigner. I'm cast out. My own people don't even care about me. He's like, I want to save them. I want to be a part of them, but they don't care about me, man. They said, who put me as judge over you? But God says this, I will be with you, man. I will be with you. And we're going to talk here soon about the name of Yahweh. It says, Ihwe. And it says, I will be with you. Ooh, man, it's so cool. We're going to talk about a little bit about that. So let's put a pin in that. But what happens is that when God commissions, he ain't going to commission you alone, man. He's going to be with you. And he is with Moses to be able to do this thing. And then after that, he says, this is the sign for which you will know that I was with you and that I am with you, is that you're going to meet up on this mountain right here where you are right now, and you've seen me. You're going to meet up again, and you're going to be able to worship me with the people that I've called you out for. So what's so unique about this situation is that this promise, or this sign that God is going to be with him, is a future sign. It's not like, hey, I'm going to show you right now so that you believe me, and then you can carry out this duty. No, he's like, you carry out this duty, and as you do it, then in the end, you will see how it all came about. Like a beautiful tapestry. You know, I've heard or read or talked about where someone is weaving these things, and it looks kind of ugly. But then whenever they're finally finished, then you see the beauty of what it was, or what it is. And that's how it is here, is that Moses has to have faith that what God is saying now will come to pass. And the coming to pass will be displayed in the fact that they get to worship God on this mountain. You see, other times, we always seem to want God to show us something before we do it. We're like, man, God, show us this sign before we do it, man. God, reveal to me the thing that I need to do, and so I can walk in it. But in this case, he was like, walk in what I tell you, and then in the end, it will be revealed. So what does it say about God? Well, I think what it says is that he desires for us to trust him. Now, we're going to see later on that there's going to be some things that he's going to show and display to Moses so that he can build this kind of trust in him. But God desires and commands and demands this trust. But it is not in vain. It is not in vain. what does this say about man? Is that we must display a certain amount of faith and we will see the promises of God. We must have a certain amount of faith. Now, Jesus says that this faith is of a mustard seed. That's the smallest seed. It's like, as long as you have some sort of faith, it's not the size of the faith, but where is this faith placed? And so if we have a certain amount of faith that we place in the one who deserves our faith, then we will see mighty things happen, great things happen. The promise will happen. And I think the biggest thing is that what, in the same way as Abraham had to do, the same way as Moses is about to have to do, is the same way that we have to do as we walk this life on this earth. And we see things that happen, God doing amazing things in our lives, but the ultimate goal being with him, walking with him, the beatific vision, as Thomas Aquinas would say, being able to see and know God, as John says, is like we get to see him because we will know him, or we will see him because we will be as him. Man, that is a future promise that we have to have faith in walking out our lives today so that we might see it in the future. Man. So that's the application for today, man, is trust God. Trust him in whatever it is. Now, the ultimate thing, like I said, is to be with him as we walk in heaven and we get to glorify and praise his name. But I know that you see and can feel something that God has called you to, and it's in the future. Well, walk out your life today. Live the life that God has called you to. And if you don't know what that is, man, let me tell you, be a witness. Share the gospel. We just went through John, and that whole book, besides being about the glory of God, who he is the unique son, is being on mission. God has called us to be on mission. And so do that. Be on mission. And as you are on mission, God will reveal more of what it is that he's called you to do so that you can see the future that he's called you to walk in. I appreciate you guys for listening, man. Dude, Exodus is not playing, man. Exodus is not playing, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you haven't got a chance to, man, go back and read some more, or read what we've read before, and then read continually, so that way we can just glorify God's name in Exodus even more. Appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see you in